Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's up, Aries risings? This is Astro Dim here, giving you your September 2018 Astro Tarot reading. Okay, I've been posting a bit, but not as much as I typically do. I haven't been talking about the transits that much and everything. But I did overall like speak about some of the transits that happened, the retrograde stuff and all that. I think, definitely things going direct is very important. Excuse the flies. Like, what happens is, like, I usually, my family leaves the door open when they're doing stuff quick outside, and them flies be coming in, like, so quick. So I'm sorry about that. But anywho, um, what I'm saying, though, is that, I haven't been posting that much. I've been posting, but not as much. So I apologize for that. I hope you've been seeing the stuff that I have been posting on Twitter and on Instagram and all that stuff. I haven't totally neglected y'all. I've had a horrific, horrific August 2018, y'all. It was very, very hard on me. Um, 2 deaths in the family, almost a third. So it's been really, really tough. Um, Non-immediate family members, but in my family, in the Black American culture, you're like your cousins, are like your brother and sister. Your aunts and uncles are like your second mom or dad. So it's just, non-immediate family members is still deeply family. Even if it's your second, third cousin, like they're family, like they're like immediate family. You know what I mean? But that's the reason why I haven't been posting. A lot of emotional um, things, having to work through your emotions and shit. You get what I'm saying? So I like to say I'm sorry for that. And I hope to give you more, okay? And I have been posting on Twitter and shit. So and definitely making different types of like cool thread posts. So check that out, okay? Um, I just saw that I got a message. So just know that I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to see what's up. Hold on 1 second. Live chat. Oh, hey, Mia. And thank you so much, Rachel. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. But yeah, this is for Aries risings. And yeah, it's been very, very tough, but I'm just trying to balance everything out, And when I do these readings too, I want to make sure that I am emotionally sound because I always say your emotions are connected to your intuition. So I want to make sure I'm good, and give y'all the best that I can. So let's talk about Aries risings for September 2018 and see how this goes, okay? All right, so just to let you know, I might not be looking. I look at the messages for like every now and then, so please don't think I'm ignoring you. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna cut the cards. All right. Nice. And let's start. So I feel like I need to pick from the top. So the overall card for September 2018 Aries risings, the Knight of Pentacles. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, that's not bad. It's actually a good card. It's just so slow moving, and I know an Aries rising is like, oh my God, it's not fair. But let's continue. Just making sure this looks good from where y'all can see it. Okay. Ooh, Chariot for the first house. Sweet. Second house, the Sun card. Hey. Third house, Eight of Pentacles. Y'all making money moves out here, huh? Three of Pentacles for the fourth. Three of Swords for the fifth. Three of Wands for the sixth. What's up with this threes, y'all? I feel like this is not Archangel, Ascendant Master energy. So y'all connected with y'all Ascendant Masters. Wheel of Fortune for the seventh. See, the Nine of Pentacles is not that bad, Aries risings. Look at what's going on. Ooh, Tower for the eighth. What in God's world? Um, Seven of Cups for the ninth. Justice for the 10th. I feel like Justice is always in the 10th or the 11th. Ace of Wands for the 11th, and the Death card for the 12th. What is going on, Aries risings? Sorry for the background noises, by the way. My family's loud. All right, so let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. All right, so with the Knight of Pentacles for the first house, this is a good card. It's just Aries risers are not going to like it because Knight of Pentacles is saying that, like, yes, things are going or coming along, but they're moving slow. And Aries hate things that move slow. It's not only a fire sign, but a cardinal sign. It's ready to initiate, it's ready to start, especially with Mars being direct finally, right? Y'all is like ready to go. But what it's saying is this, like, I kind of feel like this card is saying, like, you know, it's still kind of shadow period for the Mars retrograde. Even though Mars is direct now, it's still the shadow period. You're kind of getting yourself out of there. I feel like this represents the more beginning of the month, and things will probably get more, you know, active towards the end of the month, and maybe October is going to pop. That's just me intuitively thinking about that. But it's basically saying, like, things are coming along, you're being more practical, but it's just moving a little bit slower. But you know, you understand it. This Mars retrograde really taught you guys a lot. You understand it. You're more mature about this approach, but it's still annoying. That's what I'm really feeling here. Okay, so that's your overall energy for September 2018. But it's the Pentacles too, so it's beyond just, you know, practical things, you know, working and coming together slowly but surely, but money opportunities are too, okay? You have the Chariot for the first house. That's dope. The Chariot is another cardinal sign, but it's square to you. It represents Cancer. So what it's basically saying is that you're not only pushing forward as a cardinal sign, but you're moving forward and pushing forward with emotional passion. You kind of going with your emotions and kind of pushing forward towards it. This is specifically for the first house. The first house represents personality, persona, appearance. You know what I mean? So I felt like the Mars retrograde kind of built up a lot of emotions, and you was able to address a lot of stuff internally. So now that, again, you're free and things are like out in the open, and you don't have to like hold back that much anymore, and you can actually move forward. There's, you know, you have that emotion still connected to, you know, what you've been thinking about internally from Mars retrograde. So now you're pushing forward, not only with passion, but with emotion. You have an emotional connection to what you're moving forward to. This is all like inner work. So it's like kind of like how you want your first impressions to be, you know, how you want your appearance to be, what do you feel like you need to change with your personality to make yourself become a better person. You know, you're emotionally connected with that now, and you really want to push forward with it, so it's good energy. In the first half of the month, Chiron's going to be in Aries, so again, that's in your first house. So again, this whole idea of you reflecting, because Chiron is retrograde, reflecting on childhood traumas connected to, you know, your parents, your personality, your persona, and all that, your first impressions, any traumas that you received and had during that, you know, connected to your childhood, connected to those things. Like you readdress those, you're thinking about those, you're like internalizing them, and now what you're trying to do is you're using those emotions to push you forward to become the better person and to learn from those traumas that you've experienced. Okay, it's a major arcana. That's big. So this is really important for you. And I feel like the first house too with this reading, it's the second overall card. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. Second house, you have the Sun card. That is dope as shit. Sun card is literally one of the best cards to have in a reading. It's things are all good. Things are all great, basically. And this is in your second house. So it's the second house represents self-worth and material worth. So money situations are working out great. You probably got to a situation where you you know, are able to utilize you know, your friends utilize a situation to get more money. This could be you getting a new job, but it also could be you and your current job getting more recognition, getting more shine, being able, like pushing up and getting a promotion, getting a raise. You know, you're able to express yourself a little bit more in the position and use your talents to how you want to use them, use your creativity to how you want to use it. And it could be any job. It could be self-employment. It could be where you're working for an employer, whatever. But it's good, and it's karmically good. It's a major arcana, so it's like energy that it's going to be hard to stop. Like you have to really fuck up to mess this up, honestly. So this is a beautiful, beautiful card to have. Uranus is in Taurus, so what I really feel with this is that, you know, Uranus represents individuality, authenticity, what makes you original, what makes you unique. And so with the sun card representing Leo, you did something, right? It could have been this, it could have been this month, it could have been in the last few months, where people really got to see you were really self-expressive, and people got to see your intelligence, your creative intelligence, to be more exact. And like how you're just able to come up with things off the spot, create things, and go forward with that. And they liked it, and now they want to move forward with you. And so this situation might seem like it came out of nowhere, like bop, you know what I mean? But it didn't. It's something that's been working and been kind of happening, and then it just seems like it just came out of nowhere, but it didn't. Uranus is retrograde, so when it comes to your self-worth side, again, like you're reflecting on your individuality, your uniqueness, your authenticity, how to accept your differences, I can't even talk right now. How to accept your differences and accept your weirdness, and you're using that to kind of push your creativity. And you being the self-expressive person you are, you're, especially after this Leo season and all this Leo energy and eclipses that were happening, you kind of really connect not only your uniqueness, but your creativity. And with, you know, Uranus is represented by Aquarius, and, you know, and this is like a Leo card. So I feel like they're saying that you kind of really understanding, right, your uniqueness, your authenticity, really led you to be more creative. And you was saying, you're like kind of saying like, you know what, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be self-expressive, be creative. And, you know, we just passed Leo season, all the Leo drama that was going on. And so we really was in our feelings when it came to self-expression. Like we were just being self-expressive and not giving a damn. But it led us to the Taurus things. It led us to money, because we accepted our weirdness, used that weirdness to be creative, and now we're getting money. And, you know, it's funny because us kind of y'all accepting y'all's authenticity kind of build your self-worth too. You realize that it doesn't matter what other people think of me. I am accepting my weirdness and uniqueness. You know what I mean? And so I'm just going to go with it and accept myself. And that builds your self-worth. And then remember how I said with the second house, you first work on your self-worth, then you get the gifts of the second house, which is material worth. I know I feel like I'm spending a lot of time on the second house, but this really, I felt like I have to say this to y'all. So it's really deep and it's really dope. I'm really, really excited for y'all. Things are popping, basically. Great job, Aries risings. Anyways, third house is the Eight of Pentacles. Nothing's in Gemini right now, but the Eight of Pentacles is representing that you are working hard and kind of working hard on your communication. You're trying to better your communication with people. You may be trying to, and this is like all different types of communication. It's not just talking. It's also writing. It's also just, you know, any type of communication. It could be like, if you're like really deep into this esoteric world, you could be practicing telepathy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just any form of communications. You're like working on it. And you might be in a position where you like a work position or a volunteer position where you have to work on communicating better, or you're communicating more and you're realizing your faults and you're working on becoming better at it.
So that's really, really dope energy. You're just working on just becoming a better person. I really feel like that's a big part of your month, is working on becoming a better person and receiving the rewards from it, and receiving the awards from you working on being a better person in the past too. So that's what I'm really feeling here. You may be doing some volunteer work in your community, or may have the opportunity to do it. Do it. It'll be really good for you. Um, you may be working with some stuff with your siblings too. Fourth house is the Three of Pentacles. So the fourth house is represented by like your home, your family, your deep emotions and shit like that. And having the Three of Pentacles here, you see how like the Three of I don't think you can see this. Okay. You see how the Three of Pentacles, right? There's a ladder. It's like kind of reminds me of Stairway to Heaven a little bit. It's not a real stairway, but it's kind of. I feel like it represents that a bit. So with the Three of Pentacles, it's kind of like you're climbing up and like trying to reach a too specific goal, and you know that you have to do it step by step from one ladder step to the next ladder step. You know what I mean? You know that it's going to be a process, and you just taking the necessary steps. This gives me kind of like Virgo vibes, right? Because Virgo's all about procedures and processes and all that shit. So you're doing the same thing. You might be in a situation where you got an opportunity at home, whether it's an opportunity to build on your home, to repair your home, to buy a home, to whatever. You know what I mean? You got an opportunity to work at your home, and it's going to be a long way coming, i.e. this Knight of Pentacles. It's going to like take you a while to kind of step forward and work on those things. So with that being said, like you're aware of that, it's going to be, it's going to take a while. You have to go step by step to get to where you want to get. And you're aware of that, and you're like, all right. It may annoy you in general because you're an Aries rising. Aries wants things to go fast, but I feel like you're kind of, again, this Mars retrograde really taught you something, and you get it. You're like, yeah, I know. I have to just handle this step by step. And it may have been, this is like represented, this is Cancer house for you. So it may have, what you call it, that Cancer eclipse may have really taught you something. So this may be connected to the Cancer eclipse that you've experienced too. But this could represent too, you kind of, again, working on your inner self and your inner emotions and doing it one step at a time. And you have a goal in mind, and you just working at it, and you understand that it's going to take a while to work at these things. So kudos, man. Aries rising, y'all looking good, man. I'm so happy for y'all. Three of Swords, the other three. Three of Swords is kind of like you cutting off something, cutting off shit out of your life to get to the root of things, or to get to the thing that you're striving for. You see here, literally cutting off the plant to get to the vegetable, the root vegetable, right? And this is in your fifth house. In fifth house, Leo is the Leo house for you, and there's Mercury's in there in the early half of the month, and with you having the Three of Swords there, you're cutting off, like, it's funny because Mercury's in there and the swords represents air sign. So like you're cutting off ways on how you communicate, to be a better communicator, to be a better listener, to be a better speaker, to be more helpful in your community, to be more helpful to your siblings. Because you're noticing that the way that you're communicating now, or the way that you do outreach now, is kind of messing up your creativity, or making people not see that you're as creative as you want to be. And so you're like, okay, like how can I express myself in the best way for people to understand where I'm coming from, my side of things. And that's what Mercury in Leo retrograde was really trying to teach us, to express our self-expression and our creativity in ourselves the best way possible, and reflecting on that. And you really, really worked on that. And now what you're doing is cutting off your old ways that you feel like no longer serves you, to get to the root, to get to the better um, way of expressing yourself, to be your new self. You have to, to kind of be your new self, you have to cut off all the old things that no longer serve you. You get what I'm saying? And when the faster and the more efficiently you do that, the more creative you're going to be. Like you're literally cutting off the blocks that you've been receiving creativity wise. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. Excuse me for how I'm speaking. I'm speaking weird, I feel. Mercury is still shadow period, August 29th. Happy birthday, Michael Jackson, by the way. He's one of my faves. Um, so, and I always say this I've been saying this for a while, but Mercury is really, really close to my sun. And so any Mercury transit, I'm a mess when it comes to communicating, especially the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So, yeah. Anywho, the next three, Three of Wands. It seems like that you are writing more on an everyday basis, communicating more on an everyday basis. Again, keep getting this vibe of you trying to communicate better. I feel like it's the third time me saying this. You're trying to communicate and express yourself better, and you're working on it on an everyday basis. This also may show that you probably have might be signing some contracts or something that was going to affect your everyday life. So you could be getting a new service, a personal service, could be getting a new work service, could be getting a new job. And it could be something that, again, helps your creativity, because the wands represent fire signs, and fire signs all about creativity and self-expression. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. You might be getting a new job, y'all, a creative new job that really, again, that gives you opportunity to be more self-expressive, which is dope. I feel like I have something else to say. But yeah, whatever it is, it's definitely going to be changing your everyday life, and you're practicing it. I feel like it's something that you're practicing or experiencing every day. It may be even like you have a creative new hobby, or just creative hobby in general, and you're working on it on an everyday basis now, or a routine basis. That's what I'm seeing there. Seventh house. Actually, before I move on, I talked about this because I said Leo. Virgo. So the sun's in Virgo. And then towards the middle of the month, the Mercury's going to be in Virgo. So yeah, you're definitely working on some. You're changing your everyday life, and you're being more creative with it, and you're practicing it. So I feel like you're picking up a new hobby or studying a new hobby. And you're prepping for it here. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you're going to have more creativity in your life now, and you're prepping for it, you're exercising it, you're practicing it. That's what you're doing. And like you're focusing with the sun being in your sixth house too, you're focusing on your everyday life and how to improve it. And again, everyday life is anything you do with a routine, hobbies, work duties, hygiene, workout, all those things, like how you work out and fitness and stuff, like all those things that you do at a routine or a frequency. You're improving it, finding new creative ways to be more interested in it, that type of stuff, okay? Seventh house, Wheel of Fortune. The sun's going to be here the end of the month. Mercury's going to be here in the end of the month. I think Venus is here. No wonder you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is definitely going to be activated towards the end of the month. I feel that for sure. But for it to be in the seventh house, you have a fated event on you connecting with somebody, relationship wise. It could be romantic. I feel like maybe 65% is romantic. The rest of the percent, like 35, is more platonic. But whatever it is, like y'all are meeting somebody that's really, it's a fated event. It's a fated event. You're meeting someone, you're connecting with someone, and it's going to work in your favor. If it might be someone that you already know, and if it is, they're coming, it's a situation where they're coming back into your life, and it's fated, like they need to come back to your life. You have some unfinished business, and things are actually going to be turning in your favor, which is dope. Or it could be someone that is in your life. They're not that much in your life, but they're coming more into your life so you can kind of relate with them more, vibe with them more, be more compatible with them. And with Venus being in here, it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna be hard. Your desires are gonna be met. You're gonna be able to relate and really be compatible and understand each other, which is dope. Mercury being here, that means communication is gonna flow. It's gonna be easy. With the sun here, it's gonna be highlighted towards the end of the month. So yay. I hope it's romantic for all of y'all, but for some reason I feel like it's not. I feel like most of y'all will be a romantic situation, but some of y'all is going to be someone that's just fading in your life that's going to help you. Regardless, it's to your favor. Like, why not have more people that you're connecting with emotionally? You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot. That's dope. So, yeah. And hi, Adriana Morales. Your Aries moon and rising. Ooh, I hope this is connecting with you. Let me know if this resonates with y'all. What I've been noticing is that a lot of people come to me in the middle of the month, in the end of the month, and be like, "Oh my God, your readings are on point," which is wow. Because when I even do my own, like I'm Aquarius rising, when I do my own readings, I'm like, this, I don't understand what the fuck this is talking about. And then I like in the middle of the month and the end of the month, I'm like, oh, okay, it's crazy. Anywho, it's a tower in the freaking eighth. What is going on, y'all? Tarot card. A lot of people say this is bad. It's not all that bad. If I connect it with this, things might be turning in your favor relationship wise, but it could be that, if I take kind of like the more pessimistic route, things are turning in your favor because someone that you had emotional deep connection with was on some shady shit, and they're getting caught up and their world's getting shaken up, and the kings and queens of the world, they're not anymore. Things are shaking up, and they got caught up, and now you're going to be aware of what the fuck they were doing, all the wrong that they've done. This is the more pessimistic route. If I take the more optimistic route, I feel like this person that you're connected with is rocking your world, and you don't know what the fuck to do. I feel like Aries risings and Aries energy, and usually they are like okay with a change. They're okay with someone rocking their world up. They're cool with it, but I guess this person is like really, it's really shaking your world up. And you're like, oh my God, this is just too much. It's like too much intimate bonding, too much emotional bonding, and it's like happening too fast, even for an Aries rising, and y'all just can't deal. You're just holding on tight and trying to catch on. Jupiter is in Scorpio, and so Jupiter makes expand this even more, makes it even more ridiculous. So this person's this fated person, whoever they may be, whether it's romantic or platonic, they're rocking your world. They're straight up rocking your world, and you don't know how to deal. But the thing is, though, it's this Jupiter's in Scorpio, so that means that this is actually positive, and this is giving you abundance and prosperity and happiness. And it's giving you a new perspective on how to think about things when it comes to your beliefs and religion. So yeah, this is exciting. If you're traveling somewhere far, I feel like some of y'all are traveling somewhere far, like real far. I'm talking about just like I live in the U.S., so like when I think about like Jupiter and shit, which represents like foreign travel, I include like someone going from north to south, and I include someone going from like east to west as international travel because the country's so damn big. You know what I mean? But like for Europe, the countries are smaller, so it's a little different. You know what I mean? But you might be connecting with somebody from somewhere that you're not from, that's very far, and they're rocking your world. Or you might be traveling somewhere, and it's like it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be earth-shattering experience. And I feel like it's not going to be so negative. I really don't think it's going to be that negative, like the more pessimistic side. But I just want to cover all bases just in case, this is making a weird aspect somewhere to your personal chart and is causing it to be a little bit rocky. Okay. Anywho, this reading is long. I feel like I've been talking to y'all forever. And yeah, I have 30 minutes. God damn, I'm not even done. Shit. All right. Hopefully you guys like this. Anyways, 7 of Cups for the ninth house. 7 of Cups for the ninth house. I'm gonna let y'all see this, right? He's like has this mask in his face, and he's putting the mask in his face on his own, like for no reason, and trying to like go at this like rope, walk through this rope, and just being a damn fool, right? And in the Rider-Waite, this card is this like guy. He's on these clouds, and he's trying to pick which cup will be best for him. He's a little confused. So I feel like y'all are generally putting yourself in a confused situation connected to travel, connected to your beliefs, connected to religion and stuff like that. So if it's connected to travel, maybe you're trying to figure out where to go. When it comes to like international travel and shit, maybe you're also like, again, going with this tower energy. You did travel to a different spot that's totally different from you, and you're like really confused. Like how you're trying to catch your bearings on how people move in this particular spot. Could be that. Also, this could represent, you being confused on different beliefs, different religions, different philosophies, and you're really trying to figure out which one resonates best with you. That's what I feel the strongest, okay? Nothing's in Sag right now, so I can't talk about any of the planetary things that are happening, but that's what I'm sensing here. For the 10th house, you got the Justice card. 10th house represents reputation, career, status. And you have the Justice card here. With the Justice card, I feel like you're kind of just balancing things out, trying to figure out which resonates with you when it comes to your status, your recognition, and your career. Capricorn is here. So, Saturn is going to be direct and early in the month. I think the 6th, Saturn is going to be direct. And so, you've been reflecting a lot. All of us have, honestly, when it comes to our status and career and recognition and stuff like that, and how we want to better that, how we want to up that. You've been reflecting on that a lot. And so, like, for most of this month, you're going to kind of understand your plans a little bit more, and then like, all right, I see what I've done wrong. I'm going to go through this approach and move forward with it. You're going to move forward with it towards the end of the month and maybe in October. But now I feel like you're still kind of trying to see which route works best. Maybe during the Saturn retrograde, you were kind of balancing apples and oranges, and it's been really hard for you to figure out which route you should take when it comes to your status, your recognition, and your career. Because like, you're kind of going through a transformative moment when it comes to this situation, when it comes to your career and status. So you're like, okay, like, I know this is serious. I know I need to like really figure out which plan works for me, but it's hard. I feel like I'm comparing apples to oranges, just like the card. You know what I mean? I feel like you're kind of like, I feel like I'm comparing apples to oranges, and it's really confusing. But you're going to choose whatever you choose. I can't tell you which way to choose it. And this could be an actual, like, it could be your actual job. It could be jobs that you're comparing, and the jobs are totally different. You're both interested in one or the other, and you're like, I don't know. Or it could be just a way you want to move in your career, the way you want to up your status, the way you want to get a specific job that you're trying to get, and you have these plans and you don't know which one to go with. Just really, you try to use your intuition with this, because both Saturn and Pluto are very karmic type of energies. And so it's best when it comes to karmic energies, you need to be a little bit more intuitive, get in connection with your guides and angels to listen to your gut and see which plan is the best plan, see which route's the best route for you. And that will be very helpful. Mars is in here too, and Mars was retrograded his ass backwards to get to Capricorn, and this is late degrees Capricorn in the beginning of the month. And it's going to move into Aquarius towards the middle of the month. And so it's kind of saying that, like, you know, you reflected on how to move forward with these plans too. And now, you know, with it being in Capricorn, like, this is a real deep focus on really having a transformative moment with your career and with your status, with your reputation. And so you can be kind of figuring out too, should I move fast with this? Should I move slow with this? You know what I mean? You already have the plan, but you're trying to figure out how should I move forward with the plan. You know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling. But just go with your gut. You pick the right thing. Because usually Aries risings, they go with their gut and they move forward, and they kind of just they're very passionate. So I think you guys will pick the right thing. Ace of Swords for the 11th house. Ace of Wands for the 11th house. It looks like you might be in a situation where you have to, like, sign a contract, maybe. That is connected with your friends and your network. So maybe your friends or your network or your colleagues got you in a situation where you're able to get a new job, sign a new contract where you get to work more creatively, stuff like that. You might be having new, creative, passionate friends in your life too, which is dope. But it's just a new beginning creatively. I feel like you're meeting new people, like-minded people who's really going to help you, motivate you, keep you driven, because Mars is going to move into Aquarius. The 11th house is Aquarius. So I feel like that's the case. And again, with this being opposite of Three of Swords, you might be cutting off some friends that are not like-minded, that are not trying to help you. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. And then lastly, you have the Death card for the 12th house, and Pisces is in here. Neptune is in Pisces, and also Chiron's going to move into Pisces retrograde. Neptune's retrograde as well. So with that, they're both retrograde energies. They're both very karmic-y energies. I always say Chiron is karmic, especially when Chiron is retrograde natally. But while it's doing its transit, it's definitely karmic as well. So I feel like you're going through a transformative moment when it comes to your Chiron type of fields, which is connected to childhood traumas, and how spirituality and how the unknown and how your self-undoing is connected to you karmically. And with Neptune being in here, it's really keeping your eyes open on how you've been disillusioned about your self-afflictions, your self-undoing, how you sabotage. You know what I mean? The more you connect with your guides, the more your eyes are going to open, and the more you're going to realize that you really don't know what the fuck you're doing, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Neptune, I always say Neptune retrograde in Pisces is reminding us we don't know what the fuck is going on. And I kind of get really annoyed. Like, of course, when it comes to these esoteric type of shit, like, you want to, like, teach people certain things, teach people your perspectives. But I've been noticing a lot that this community kind of is just so, like, they say things with authority. And I don't agree with that. You can say your truth, you can say your perspective, but saying things in authority like you know what's going on, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what's going on. None of us know what's going on. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's going to be a death of a couple of things. A death of how you see spirituality, a death how you see the unknown in the universe, a death of maybe even fucking you letting go of certain childhood traumas you've connected with spirituality and being scared to move forward with it. And a death of your self-undoing, some of your self-undoings, not all of them, but a death of how you sabotage yourself in different ways. So it's going to be a very deep learning experience, and it's going to be really dope. I suggest you really, really try to connect with your guides, especially since, you know, you had this Pisces moon. It was strong as fuck. Had a kite in there. This is a great time to use this moon cycle to really connect with your guides, connect with Archangel Gabriel, to see how you can heal. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's my reading for Aries risings, y'all. I hope you liked it for September 2018. I hope you loved it. If you want to see the extended reading, you would have to be a Patreon to see it. And with the extended reading, I just add an extra clarifying card for each of these cards so you can have a better understanding of how September 2018 is going to be. I think it's just $10 a month for that tier. But you also get for $2 a month, just for $2 a month, you get the my moon videos where I talk about the moon phases, full moon and new moon, and you know. But if you do $10, you get both. You get the extended readings plus the moon videos, and of course there's higher tiers where you get more. And I'm like basically your private astrologer, which is cool. So if you're interested in that, you'll see the link below. And yeah, I have all my other shit in the description box too, where I talk about my Bed and Astrology. You can support me monetarily with that too, which is dope, through Anchor. I think through Radio Public too. And if you want a personal reading, because I can give you a personal reading like this too, go on my etsy.com/shop/astrodim. All that shit's underneath. All of it is below. Okay. So I'm about to do these extended readings for you guys, and it's gonna be up probably late today, tonight, early tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys. Much love, and have a beautiful, beautiful Virgo season. All right. Peace.